Hey.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Mike.
I'm Stephanie.
And we're Vanlife Sheldon's Travels. And here's our 2016 Ram Promaster City.
Nice. Well, let's take a look inside.
All right.
Absolutely. Come check it out. So we kind of have a U shape, so we'll start on this side. This is our instant on hot water heater. A lot of people wonder, it's a Triton Camp Chef. It comes with an 8-foot hose, so we usually take this area right here and have an outdoor shower, so that's really nice. We've offered people to wash their dogs. We don't have a dog. This is our sink. We have a pump, so we have running hot water when the water's on, so that works fine. We have 7 gallons of water underneath, 1.5 gallons of a gray tank underneath. You could kind of see that we kind of have everything in there.
Oh,
but
wow.
that's the 7 gallon, and then that's the gray tank. Mike will pick that up. And then we kind of have all of our utensils sitting back here. A soap dispenser, scrub brush for the cast irons. Then this is the main thing. Well, that's our instant sprayer. But this is the main exhibit. This is what everybody has questions for. It's got 2 burners and it's an oven. It's not a full-size oven. You can't put a pizza in there, but if you have 2 cookie sheets, you cut it in half. We use this as a heater, and cold nights we'll just crack it open, put it on low, and run it all night.
Oh, nice.
This is actually kind of dual purpose. This keeps all of our bowls and some cooking stuff, but underneath this piece of wood is actually all of our canned foods.
Oh.
So all of our canned food storage is behind there. And then we have more seasoning storage under here. And then this is our silverware drawer. This is like our medicine cabinet. And this is our electrical box. And we do have regular outlets. Mike did put those in.
Those are awesome.
Yes,
Very
we'll have
handy.
him talk about the solar.
Oh, you got the carbon monoxide. I've got that same one.
Oh yes, you gotta be safe. Then the bed is slatted, so it does pull all the way out. The table goes down.
Oh.
This is our refrigerator. Well, we use it as a freezer. You could do freezer or fridge. We have 4 deep cycle batteries back here. And we got 1 house battery, so we got 5 batteries and 200 watts of solar.
Nice. And what kind of fridge do you have?
Mike, is that a Cooltron?
An Alpine Cool.
Alpine Cool.
Oh, I can feel how cold it is.
Nice. Yeah, and you could adjust it right here, turn on and off if you don't have the power to keep it on all the time like we do. This is our clothes storage. All Mike's clothes and ours, they're in bags. Keep them nice and tight, so you put it up under there.
I have so many more clothes than that. Oh my gosh.
That's both of our outfits right under there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Then over here we have a little propane tank which runs the oven. And this is our safety box with all of our stuff in it. And then we actually are big Mountain Dew drinkers, so we carry 2 cases of 24 cans of Mountain Dew right there.
Nice.
Yes. We also have outdoor storage. We got the Max Air fan, and around the Max Air fan we have a storage box here that has all of our camping gear in it. That storage box has all the tools in it, and this storage box has laundry, soap, extra food, all that stuff that you don't really want to carry in here but you need.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I love all the stickers around, and I'm noticing this United States map. Is this everywhere you've been in the van?
Yes, everywhere Mike and I have been in the van together. That was actually an ornament we bought at Target. We just kind of filled it in.
Yeah, I got a postcard and I just colored in the states that I had been to. And it's great.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. And you are you wearing your charm bracelet?
I have it right here actually.
So you guys do little charms, stickers,
Yes.
and pins for your souvenirs.
Charm bracelets are pretty cool if you're traveling because it's a souvenir you get to keep, and it's small and you can always wear it on you. So that's very nice. And I have tons of them.
And you can translate that into like a keychain or putting it on a backpack or a purse or something.
Right. Like I told Karli, some of these, like these, are actually keychains that I got from Walgreens, but I couldn't find any keys when I went to the Key West, so I couldn't find any charms when I went to Key West, so I just got a keychain from Walgreens.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah,
and then
I love all the pins. The enamel pins are so cute.
Oh yeah.
I've got a few of my own. I'd have to say that these two, I like all of them actually. Oh, New Orleans.
I know. We actually just found that one. That one fell off for a while.
Oh, good. Cool.
And the TV and the surveillance is behind you to finish it up.
Oh, and the toilet that I've been sitting on. Let's see if it'll... Okay. Yeah, your surveillance cameras are very nice. That you can see all around your car. Because I go peek through all my windows and I'm like, oh, where are they? I can hear someone. Who are they?
Right, and it's like, do they see you peeking out?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what kind of toilet do you have?
That is a curved toilet.
Curve? Okay.
That is what it is called, right?
I have a Thedford, I think, is my brand. I've recently...
It's not composting, but it's flushable. And
Yeah.
It has the button flush on it, and then you
Is
just
it 5
dump
gallons?
Yes. It's, what is it, 3 gallons of waste and 2 gallons of water?
It's actually 5 gallons of waste and 4 gallons of water.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
That's nice. Cool. And the shoe containers here,
Oh,
those
yeah.
are great. That was an idea I was going to put on the back of mine, and I just ended up not doing it.
Yeah, we watched a whole bunch of other videos, and a lot of people were doing it, and it was helping them organize. So that's something we took. They're all behind the bed, like we have our water shoes in there and stuff.
Behind the bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
They work great.
Cool. Nice. And what is that thing on top there? You got a little sail.
This or that is actually a 150-mile TV antenna. And so basically it has a booster here on the back of the TV that has an amplifier, and it's basically a TV antenna. So I can pick up TV on a booster. We also do run cell phone boosters for the cell phone 4G and the Wi-Fi also. But this is a nice little hard metal storage box that's locking with an ARB awning underneath it that actually pulls out all the way 8 foot.
Nice.
And we have a screen room that can be deployed here with the floor, the walls, and everything, and the roof. On the sides here, we actually came into a lot of campsites late at night, or just hearing things on the outside or seeing something on the video cameras, the surveillance system. And I have this on a button. I can turn these LED lights on from 150 feet from the van with a little switch, a little fob. And they come on, but they also strobe. So if someone was coming up to the van at night, I could strobe you out and you would lose all sense of, you wouldn't be able to see it all here. So
That's crazy.
we basically have these 2 boxes, one on each side. This box holds about 4 months of food for the 2 of us, dried food.
Nice.
So we're self-contained for at least 4 months.
Is that something you tap into all the time, or is that something that you just have as extra?
We do all the big, like your oil. We have a big jug up here, small jug in here. Big thing of sugar up here, small thing of sugar down here.
Okay.
Big thing of coffee up here, small thing. So we do rotate out, but I do have 4 months of dehydrated food up there in case we needed to be stuck somewhere. But we do rotate the big stuff and use it in smaller containers in the bottom and just do the refilling. We actually have a large thing of laundry detergent, and then I buy the small ones from the Dollar Tree and I just refill those, because one of those little ones will do us for a laundry, and I'll just refill it off the big one.
That's nice.
So
good idea.
It allows me to have an extra deodorant, an extra shampoo. We have everything we need here for 6 months.
Nice.
An extra shampoo, an extra toiletries, anything she uses or I use, There's two up here. So we have for 6 months basically.
Nice.
So the other side houses the screen room, winter clothes, and just extra little things along with the box on the back. So
did it the car come with this extra metal bar on the top, or did you
actually on the top here it's designed to have a roof rack,
okay,
or a ladder rack you might call it. So there are, right here you can see there are pinch points for a ladder. So they just, the little plastics unscrew and you can put a bolt in here. All I did was from Lowe's, got a bracket, had some pipe cut, mounted it onto here, put an angle iron here onto the mount to have an iron here to hold this, and then mounted it all together. It's just sitting there on the ladder rack. The factory holes, so I didn't have to screw any holes into the roof.
That's awesome.
Didn't have to do anything like that. The holes are already there, so.
That's great.
Yep. And did she talk about the 200 watts of solar on top?
She mentioned that you had it.
All right, we have the 200 watts of solar and the cameras all the way around, so.
And what is the brand of your solar?
We have all powers, flexible panels. We have two 100 watt panels.
Okay.
They've been going for 3 years. This is the third vehicle they were on. The first one, we had one panel, one battery. We expanded, had two batteries. That was wrecked. It went onto the rental van even for a couple of months until we purchased this, and they've been on here for almost 2 years. I am thinking of replacing them.
Okay.
But they're still working.
Okay.
I expect them to fail because they have about a 5-year life, but they're working fine.
So they might give you that full 5 years.
And we have a Renogy charge controller. If you want to come around the other side, you can see all that on there. On the side here, we basically have our main, it's called a boat switch, but it allows me to isolate the front battery from the back batteries or run them all together. So if your front battery goes dead, I can just slick this into the all position, and now I have 5 batteries to start the van instead of just one.
Oh, wow.
So we're never stuck. We have the Renogy Rover charge controller and a 300 watt pure sine wave inverter. We also have a 750 watt pure sine wave inverter, but I never use it.
Okay.
It's only for the coffee maker, and I really don't make coffee in it. I usually make it on the espresso maker, but it's a backup.
Yeah.
In case this ever fails, I do have a separate one that's 750 watts, but the 300 watt pure sine runs everything in the van perfectly.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. That's awesome. And it looks like you have a part of a tent applied to your door here.
Basically, that's what we did. Both of the doors slide open, so at night if we're at a campsite or somewhere that we can have the doors open and we're not boondocking, I just took a tent. It was a $10 tent she had at a yard sale, didn't have the poles. I cut it up, have the screen. There's also the little part that's, it allows you to keep both doors open on both sides for some ventilation to come through without the bugs. So
that's awesome.
It works.
Cool. And how about having the doors open? Do you have it switched so your lights don't stay on?
Yes, all of the lights inside the van actually have toggles, but I've taken all of the factory bulbs out of all the toggle lights so they don't drain the battery. I just don't use them at all. I installed LED strip lights inside, and I think they're sufficient. So I kind of eliminated one of us clicking one of those on and it's staying on and not noticing and running down the main starting battery. Could be the effect. So I took all the bulbs out of those except for the two in the front, the little map ones. I replaced those with LEDs, but all the ones in the back, I just took the lights out, and that kind of helps.
That's a good
idea. Problem,
Yeah. Nice. And do you want to talk a little bit more about your security? I've never seen a car outfitted with so much security.
Basically, there is a car alarm. I won't go into a lot of that, but if you attempt to open one of the doors, I get a text message on my cell phone.
Interesting.
And it tells me what's happening. Also, we have 4 security cameras, 2 on each side of the vehicle, and one in the front and one in the back.
So tiny. I was wondering how big those were because they weren't obvious.
Right, and that's the thing, trying to keep it as stealthy as possible.
Yeah.
We want to look more like a utility truck if we want to blend in. But all 4 of these cameras are on a monitor in the back, and I can see them right above the TV when I'm sitting there watching TV, which is really nice. It records not only to a SIM card in the van, but also through its own internet connection. We have 7 lines. We have T-Mobile and AT&T service. The van has its own dedicated line for security. The smart TV and the smart internet radio that we have in the front, the Android radio, all uses internet. So it has its own dedicated phone number and its own dedicated data plan, and it runs the security system. Basically, it sends everything to the cloud. So all the data is stored on a server in a separate location. If something happens to this van, it not only will alert me through the text message through the car alarm, but it records 365 days a year, 7 days a week, right here all the time on the server. And I have GPS tracking, so if it moves and I have not disarmed, it will notify me where the van is, no matter where as long as it has internet connection.
That's awesome.
Good luck trying to get the van.
Yeah, you are very prepared in that aspect, and I think that's a thing that people worry about. Like, how do I outfit my rig so that I feel safe? I think you've definitely done that.
I mean, even in a Walmart parking lot or out here on BLM National Forest in a campground, you do not know who's outside your van.
Yeah.
It might be a person, it might be an animal, but in the middle of the night, I don't have windows on this van. So I don't know what's really going on outside. Even in the Walmart parking lot, it's really nice and I think polite if I notice and I want to get out of the van and someone pulled in right beside me and they're going to get out with 3 kids, I just sit there for a minute because I see they've just pulled in on the camera. I let them go ahead and get out, do what they want to do, and move on towards the store, and then I get out of the van so that I'm not popping out right as someone comes out of the van. To me, that is just a little weird.
Oh, I feel weird doing it.
and when it happens, you don't realize it until you walked out of your van, pop the door open, and someone's pushing a cart, even at the Walmart.
Yeah.
And they're freaked out because they don't need to see you slung the door open.
And they see my bed and all
everything. Well, it's nicer when I know what's going on completely around the vehicle and I can go, hey, let's just give them about 5 minutes to let them load the kid or load their groceries in the car and pull out before we go moving the stuff from the back to the front because we're going to stay here tonight.
Yeah.
Let's be respectful to the customer and let them have their time, and then we can do what we want after they leave.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot stealthier, I guess you could say.
Yes, definitely.
And people don't wonder what's going on in that white van.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do have the white van.
Yeah, we do have the white van. So, but we did put the placards on the side, and I think that kind of helps people know what's really going on. And if they don't understand it, they just assume it's some type of electrical or phone truck or something. But I don't know how you would miss the big YouTube on there, but some people do. But
who knows?
who knows, right?
The first thing I saw was Sheldon. I was like, I've seen that before. I didn't even see like anything else. All I saw was Sheldon.
You gonna come out and say hi to everybody on YouTube, Sheldon? Say hi to all your subscribers.
This is our pet Sheldon. We travel with him in the van. Ergo, Vanlife Sheldon's Travel.
I love your little cage for him.
Thank you.
It's kind of a security thing too. If there's dogs in camp, it would take a dog a few seconds to get in there, and by then the owner could round up the dog. Even if the dog pounced on it, it would take it a little bit to get it to Sheldon inside of there.
And have you had too many issues with dogs actually being interested in the turtle? Because he doesn't.
A few, yes.
Okay. Because I'm not sure if he gives off a smell or if he's just...
He moves.
He moves, and then the dogs are like, what was that moved? And then they want to pounce. So it just kind of gives me a little 30-second delay in case there's a dog in camp, you know?
Yeah. I'm just surprised at how long his neck is.
Oh yeah, he'll stick it way out there.
And what kind of turtle is he?
He is a yellow belly slider.
Yellow belly slider. Native to Florida?
Yes, in Georgia.
In Georgia. Nice. He doesn't mind too much this Idaho weather.
No, he's very acceptable to any kind of weather change, pretty much.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you,
Thank
Karli.
you. Safe travels.
Yeah. Bye.